Okay, so we are in April the 1st, 2020. We're going to go ahead and backtest the VI model. So let's begin. On the left-hand side, we have NQ. On the right-hand side, we have ES. This is to find out if we have any SMT. So starting off, we are on the 4-hour time frame. This is the time frame that we gauge if we're bullish or bearish. So instantly, we can see that we have swept the previous 4-hour candle's low, meaning we favor being bullish. So let's label this 4-hour low. We also haven't swept the 4-hour high, so this is going to act as the first buy target at 7634.25. Let's label this also the 4-hour high. Now, the next step, before we just go ahead and take buy positions, we need to mark out and analyze where's the closest bearish PD raise. Because we're bullish, we should actually mark out both bullish and bearish PD raise. So let's do that now. We have an inversion fair value gap. So it's an old bullish gap that's now a bearish area of resistance. You can see it as. So that's where we're going to encounter selling pressure. Now, before we reach that level, we also see we got a bearish fair value gap at the 4-hour high. So we actually encounter selling pressure a lot earlier than this inversion. This is why we want to mark out the closest bearish PD rate before we start to look for selling positions. So that is all marked out. We've got a balanced price range. Now, where's the closest bullish? Now, in terms of the closest bullish gap, I would say we have another BPR here. Let's label this blue. Okay, so that's a long time away. We will encounter that when we get to it. Okay, so let's go down to the 1-minute time frame. Now, on the 1-minute time frame, on NQ, we trade from 9:45 till 10:15. This is the first AM macro. We trade this if there's no red folder news at 8:30. If there's red folder news at 8:30, you can trade from 8:45 to 9:15 as you have extra volatility within the market. Now, before we just jump in to look for buys, we want to see where is the 8:30 opening price. If we are above this price, we are in a premium. Okay, let's label this 8:30. Let's also change the color here to black so we can see it. Okay, label this 8:30. I'll just save this as the template. There we go. So we are above the 8:30 opening price, meaning we favor being bearish. If we're beneath this price, we can have a very good discounted buy. Okay, so if we're beneath it, we're at a discount. If we're above, we are in a premium. Now, alongside this, we're also going to mark out the midnight opening price. Let's go and find where that is. Okay, so it opened up here. We also want to do the same for the midnight. We're just going to change the color here to black and also save it as a template. There we go. So super optimal trades would be, anyway, to take buy positions, you want to be beneath the midnight and the 8:30 opening price. We can see that we are beneath midnight, but we're not beneath the 8:30, which is okay. You can still grade a buy position slightly higher, but very A+ models will be all beneath 8:30 and the midnight. Let's carry on here. Now, in the VI model, it actually has a multitude of entry patterns within your arsenal, let's say. So we use inversions, volume imbalances, and of course, fair value gaps. So to enter on a fair value gap, first we want to see someone get taken out. And secondly, we want to see displacement through a short-term high. So we've got a high here and a high here. If we can displace, we'll then look, okay, exactly like that. We'll then look for buying opportunities. We're not going to take any mitigations. We need a fair value gap to overlap. Exactly like this. So we're going to place a limit here. So let's go to place order. We're going to change this to limit. We want a stop loss. We want auto break even, and we want a take profit. Okay, that's what we want to see. So the actual entry We want to risk 800 per trade as well. We're trading NQ. We want to make sure first we understand, well, where's our stop loss? So the entry is going to be here. Stop loss, you can pick between 5, 10, and 20. The way you're going to actually pick which one is best is see, well, which one's closest to the short-term low. So 10 is here. 20 is a little excessive, so it's pretty difficult to decide, but we're going to pick 10 as that is still beneath the gap. Yeah. So our targets is going to be a 1 to 2. A 1 to 2, then the closest area of resistance. So that can be a volume imbalance, a structural high, an inversion, fair value gap. You can decide based off your data. We're going to analyze and do how I like to do, which is a volume imbalance after a 1 to 2. So I like this. Let's copy the price here. So this is where our limit should be. So entry price. Okay, contract size. This is a buy. Contract size, risk percent. Okay, we want this. So we want 4 contracts. Why is it not letting me place contracts? Initial balance. Okay. It's strange. Maybe we place it a tick lower then. Okay. It's time market order then. Fine. So we're going to place 4 contracts. Let's analyze the areas here. So we want 40 tick stop loss, take profit around 80 ticks. Also want to take partials at a 1 to 1. So around 20. Oh, 6-2. First one's the same. This one should be 40. Okay, that's fine. Auto break even. Stop loss. Okay. And then I want to add auto break even as well. There we go. So auto break even will be at 0.9. So value. Okay. Here we go. So we are risk free. And that first position is a break even. That's fine. That's a little difficult to set up, but we got it in the end. Now all we're going to wait for, okay, so 10 o'clock has closed. Let's readjust our levels. Got a 4-hour low here. We have a 4-hour high here. The P rates can stay the same, midnight, 8:30. Okay, so we're going to want to break this consolidation before we engage. This is not enough of a displacement. Okay, it does end up working. So the next session, if you don't find any opportunities within 9:45 till 10:15, you're going to come to 10:45 and 11:15. This is called the 2nd AM macro. So we're a little bit too choppy, but what have we hit? We are now looking for sells because we've also swept the high and we're inside a bearish fair value gap. Now, does this mean I'm going to only take sells? No, I'll also trade continuations if order flow is correct, which we'll discuss. So currently we're consolidating, but we are bullish in terms of order flow, right? We're making high highs, high lows, disrespecting bearish gaps, respecting bullish gaps. Now we've just had a sweep of the highs. Selling opportunities are coming. So we've got a short-term low here. We're going to want to see get displaced. We also have AMD, where we consolidate, manipulate, and distribute back lower. Let's see if that can actually distribute. Okay, we're rejecting the low. Looks like we want to consolidate more. Is this something we're going to engage with? No, not until we displace cleanly above or below this low now, because it's still, in my opinion, within a consolidation. We want clean market structure. So we're not engaging with this. No. So we should have sold here, right? If you don't know how to analyze consolidation, a very simple rule. If we then have a double top after being in the consolidation, just move the consolidation higher. I promise you, it saved me a lot of money and given a lot of money back to these markets. So now we've displaced above. Now we can actively look for some positions. Nothing here. I don't mind buying either with how aggressive it is. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have took this anyway, but we did have a BPR here. It didn't quite hit the level I would like it to. So we're going to come to the PM now. We've only had one break even. The PM session is only valid if you have no trades throughout the day. So the PM session is 13:45 till 14:50. And I'm just fast forwarding here to break the consolidation. So the consolidation has broken. We see we have swept the low. We're beneath 8:30. We're beneath midnight. We're definitely discounted. Do we have any S&T? Yes, we have bullish S&T. The ES didn't take this low, but NQ did. This is the best S&T that you could have. So let's see. I don't see anything I want to take just yet. We're looking for displacements into bearish gaps, bullish gaps that have not been filled, which we don't have yet. Yeah, we're going to come back on the next day. Just because I don't like the way price action's moving. Go to the next day. Okay, so this is a good example. It's 8:30. We have red folder news. This now validates the pre-market macro, which is from 8:45. 8:45. Let's fast forward. Okay, we're here. Let's delete everything on the chart. Let's go to the 4 hour to really assess. I do like selling just based off the 1 minute. So we've taken the 4 hour low. We have not taken the high. So let's label these. Okay, we are inside this weird PD rate because we have opened up lower beneath this gap. So we're not going to treat this as a bullish support. In terms of bearishness, they're actually just the same as yesterday. So we did deliver from that BPR perfectly. Wow. Makes sense. So bearish. Bullish is all the way down here. This bullish gap. So we do favor being bullish currently, but a lot of times when we are just moving towards the downside, you can adapt and trade continuation models, which I'm going to show you now. So are we delivering from a gap here? We do. So we do definitely have somewhat bearish order flow. We're seeing volume imbalances where the candle opens lower than the previous close. Quite a difference. So it looks pretty aggressive. We're going to take a position here. A next candle can enter us in. 10 points is above the gap. So let's place a limit. Target is going to be this candle. So we open up higher. It's a volume imbalance. We can get struggling. We can struggle there. So let's go to place order. We want a limit. We want to sell. So let's place the dollar amount. Entry price is here. Stop loss price. So we see entry, sell limit, okay, entry price, stop loss price we want here. So yeah, 40 ticks. Take profit, we want this low. Okay, I like this. We want to risk 800, so 4 contracts. We're not going to make it risk-free. Save in journal. No, leave the journal. So we're not in yet anyway. Now it's froze. Happens. Okay, we're in. It just froze for 1 second. So we are in. We got tagged in on this candle. We've actually survived so far. Okay, we came very close to that take profit then. Boom, smash. So we got 3.15R on that second position. So we just got VI inside a gap. But also tagged that perfectly, the 50% here, the CE. Very nice. Let's go to the next day. As soon as you take 1 win, you are done. No reason to overtrade. I don't know why we got £10,000 account. I was meant to say 100,000, but that's fine. We'll treat it as 100K. So now we've got 8:30 news again. We're going to fast forwards to the correct session at 8:45. Okay, 8:45. Let's just go to the 4-hour. We see we are delivering from a bearish P array. On top of that, we've swept the 4-hour high. The low still has not been swept. So what do you want to be looking for? You want to be favoring being bullish. In terms of bullish gaps, we still have that one all the way down here. Now, I do want to find where's the 8:30 opening price. We did not do that yesterday, but that's just like an additional to grade yourselves better. Okay. So data opened at 8:30. Let's label. Also want to go and find the midnight. And that opened here. 8:30. There we go. So midnight. What are we looking at? It looks pretty choppy. So I'm not going to be engaging because we've got 2 touches here. 2 touches here. We need this to displace. Some of you guys may still want to engage. That's your prerogative. I do not engage. So we are bearish. More consolidation. And where have we rejected? Our lows and highs. I'm telling you, I've got a very systematical rule that really prevents me getting caught up in this. Okay. So we fast forward to the next macro, which is 9:45 to 10:15. Reason being, the pre-market macro, yes, we had news. We didn't want to engage with price. Now, we do also notice we do have a data low down here. So we're going to change this to yellow. These are a very strong draw on liquidity. But we still have not broke this consolidation. We're rejecting this high. Like I said before, yes, you can break the original consolidation, but you move it higher if you have a double top. And you're going to get FOMO because you're going to miss trades, but the headache and your P&L will thank you. So we're not engaging. We have had a new 4-hour closure. Looks like we're really selling off from this area. So we're fast forwarding now to 10:45 macro. 3 more candles. Okay, this looks pretty bullish. We just swept data low. So we swept the data low, then took the short-term low. It's one of the best signatures in price. So going back to the 4-hour, I do understand we had a new 4-hour open. So you want to mark the low, mark the high. So currently we haven't swept the high or low, but we have touched a bearish PRA. So we're still bearish. We are also beneath midnight in 8:30, which actually is a discount. So we can also look for buying positions, but not until we sweep a low or touch a bearish gap. For now, a bullish gap. For now, we're only looking for selling positions. Okay. So we've had a displacement. I'm still not very convinced until we take this structure. Yeah, this is too choppy for me. And look, what do? We keep consolidating. Okay, so we just swept the 4-hour low. We can now look for buying positions. When you are at the bottom, you're going to need SMT, or you're going to have to wait for order flow to be correct, which means you're not going to take the first gap, but you will take the second. Or you can take the first without SMT if we break above a breaker, overlaps with a fair value gap, giving you that unicorn entry model. Okay, be disciplined. Your P&L will thank you. Let's wait for this range to break. Okay, now we're outside the macro window anyway. So we're going to go to the PM, see if we can find anything. Okay, this looks good. We're bullish in terms of reversal. We are really, really displacing lower here. So this order flow is bearish. We are bullish because what have we done? We have swept the 4-hour low. We're also beneath midnight and 8:30. So this is definitely in a discount. So to enter a position, we're going to need a displacement above this short-term high. We've also took this short-term low, so we swept liquidity. Or we can break above the candle bodies, giving us a breaker with a fair value gap. Let's see. Okay, that's definitely looking aggressive. I like the look of that. You have a small SMT as well. I know, we made equal lows. Okay, so now we have order flow that is starting to be bullish. We are disrespecting bearish gaps, multiple, and we are respecting bullish gaps. That's a good sign. We can't take the breaker yet. Okay, and I'm glad we didn't, because we need a overlapping of price. So what do I mean? We need a breaker that overlaps a bullish fair value gap that has not been touched or mitigated. This has. We need it fresh, open, ready for us to enter. Pause. That sounds terrible. Okay, so we've rejected, we swept the low inside a bearish gap. You want to pay attention to everything price is doing. And now we're disrespecting bullish gaps. So we can look for sells. Okay. If price comes back here, I'll take this with a 5-point stop. Okay, that looks interesting. Let's go and place an order here. We're going to go to sell. Entry price. I've got better at using FX replay now. The entry price is here. Stop loss price. Copy price. Where's stop loss? Okay. The 20 ticks. It's fine. Take profit. Should we target this low? This low is the only area that makes sense. So the take profit will be the low. Okay, 54 points. We want to risk 800s. Let's press play. This is what froze it last time, this journal. So let's let it open. We don't want a journal. Let's close it. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to delete this because we took our objective and we're pushing higher. Yes, it might still work, but it's lower probability, so let's cancel. And that's exactly why we cancelled. As soon as you take the short-term low, that's our objective, right? So why are we still going to try and target something that has just been swept? I think today we might be done. So new candle has opened. Let's readjust our levels. So we've got a 4-hour low here. The 4-hour high is all the way up there. So we've got a clean range to go and target this 4-hour low now. I'm not convinced on being bullish until this low gets taken. That does look kind of nice. But we don't have any SMT, so we're going to pass. Even if this works, we don't have SMT, and we haven't actually got a reason to be bullish. The old candle, yes, it swept the low. The new one hasn't swept the low or done anything bearish. So you just want to let price rebalance. There we go. Now you could look for buying positions. We are not going to do so. I think that's going to be it for today. Yeah. So we do get a buy eventually, but it's going to be outside our macro. So let's go to the next day. It's 8:30. We have no red folder news. There's no justifiable reason to be trading that macro. Unless it's really, really displacing. Something like this, but at 8:30. Then you can kind of break that rule. But for especially when you're starting, you want to have rigid rules, right? Delete. Just check what the 4 hours doing. So it's too much on the chart now. Let's just get rid of all that noise. We see price is, okay, it's bullish. We have a old bearish gap that's now bullish. We do have a BPR slightly lower, so we're going to mark that as well. In terms of bearishness, where is the closest bearish gap? I think, is this a gap? Yeah. There we go. It's ages away. So let's mark out the high. Also mark out the low. There we go. We mark out the high. So we swept the low inside a bullish gap. We're probably going to push a little bit lower to this BPR. They are pretty strong magnets on price. In terms of 8:30, where's the 8:30 opening price? Does that align with our bias? That's always what you want to be asking. So opened here. So we are beneath 8:30. What about the midnight opening price as well? Now, you can also use these two levels as support and resistance throughout the day. I personally prefer not to, but you can see that price does like to react off these levels pretty perfectly as well. So are we in a discount? Let's replay. Yes, we're beneath 8:30. We're beneath the midnight. Are we in the session? Okay, yeah, we are about to be within session. We've actually hit our setup anyway. This is a unicorn model where we have a breaker, which making lower lows, lower highs. We then displace, make a higher high, overlaps with a fair value gap. So we do want to see this work for bullish order flow. But it's just 1 minute too early. Okay. I'm going to engage with this. Oh, we're going to try this. Price comes back to this area. We'll place an order. So buy limit, entry price is here. Go stop loss. Let's have a look. What's a valid stop? 10 points. We're beneath the gap. Pretty much beneath the second gap. Yeah, we'll go for 10 points. So stop loss 40. Quick ticks. Take profit will be 80. And let's try and find, where should we target? This high makes sense to me. This 830. Yes. So this high at 830 makes sense. It's the opening price. Let's mark that out. Copy price. Take profit level there. So we're also going to take partials at a 1-to-1. So 40 ticks, we're going to secure 50. My bad. 40 ticks will secure 50% of the position. That's the initial take profit. This is the partial. Okay, that's good. Also want this auto break even at 0.9 RR. So let's save this. Good. When we took the objective without giving me the entry, which actually we had an entry here that we should have took, but that's fine. We missed that position. That was actually your entry. Price came to the immediate breakaway gap. We'll get the next one. Delete this. So now we've displaced aggressively. We haven't swept the low still. Very interesting. So we still got the high to come and target. We're not going to take this one. Let's see what 10 o'clock can do. Because I missed my initial setup here. Okay, so we're starting to displace. 10 o'clock has closed. So we see we swept the high. We still got an important target here at 7869. 4-hour low. And normally, I will be honest, if we miss a win, I will then leave that day alone and come back tomorrow. So I shouldn't be missing wins. 4-hour low. Okay, quite bearish. Do we have SMT? No. So I'm not going to take these positions. Got no SMT. Displacing. Now we got SMT. No gap. Okay. Then we're out of session. That's annoying me now because we should have got at least a 1 to 2 on that position. But I was so focused on waiting for this to be here. Maybe we can drag it as price is moving next time. So we're going to 1045. Our macro is in. We also see we've had accumulation, manipulation, distribution, where we have accumulation. We then manipulate either up or down. If we're bearish, we want to see it manipulate higher, sweep previous sellers, and entice new buyers to enter on these breaks or structures. And then we can enter the distribution, liquidating the buyers. And that way, we've liquidated both buyers and sellers. I love accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. So we don't have an entry yet until we displace through this candle. 1 and 2. Okay. Very choppy here. Not opposed to buying. Yeah, we're just going to do some consolidation and then we do go long. Let's go to the PM session. PM looks terrible, so we're going to wait for this consolidation to break, which we have done. Now it looks okay. So slow down. We are bearish. We've swept the high. We're above 8:30. We're above midnight. We have got a lot of reasons to look for selling positions. We can also take buying positions. This clearly looks aggressively buying right now. So I will not fight there. Okay. We go long here. Little imbalance. 5 points stop. Let's place a position here. The place order. We're just going to press the buy limit now, just to make things a little faster for me. And then we can add the stop loss, take profit as time goes. Price. Save. Error. At position size. So we want 8 contracts. You know what? We can press the stop loss as well. Doesn't take too long. On continuations, we don't take partials. So we've got the stop loss. Yeah, 20 ticks. Take profit. It's going to be this candle here. No auto break even. Actually, auto break even at 1. Save. There we go. Doesn't take too long anyway. So can we drag this? Oh, we can. So now I could have done that for here, but I know now. I didn't know you could drag it once you placed it. It's a lot easier. So our objective has been met. We're just going to keep these on the chart. Okay. Can't place it above the take profit, which makes sense. What's going on with that? Can I not move it? Here we go. Here we go. Okay. I know that's being strange. So let's just rechange it on here. Risk amount, entry price. Or you could drag it. Thought wrong. Now what's the problem? Break even must be greater than the price. So at 1-to-1. There we go. Okay, so maybe the break even was messing with it. We're in. We're break even. Drag this down. Go for a 1.5 because I've got no viable targets. And we get break even. It's fine. We'll try it again. We've got a breaker with SMT. So no, we're not trying that again. But we will try a sell. Let's try a sell. The sell's already tagged us in. So we're going to have to pass on this. There we go. I'm pressing play too fast. But I don't really like this anyway. It's consolidation. So potentially, I just don't want to claim I would have done something and then change it after. I've been seeing other people do that, and no disrespect, but it just looks, I don't know, it's cringe. So let's go to the next session. So we're on April the 7th now. Strong volume to the downside. Okay, slow down. The 4 hour, what are we looking at? We've swept the 4 hour high. 4 hour high has been swept. 4 hour low, you can drag that. 4 hour low has not. We broke above this bearish gap. Is now as inversion. Price is not in a bearish PDRA currently. Should be okay till here. This is the closest bearish PDRA. In terms of bullishness, we've got a bullish gap here. Okay, we're good. 8:30 and midnight price. Let's try and find where they are. But right now we are bearish, regardless about the 8:30 and the midnight opening prices. They just grade your setup even better. That's essentially it. Okay. Wow, so we've moved a lot today. So we're not going to expect huge developments within our session. 8:30, this is midnight. Okay. We're looking for a displacement. Bullish displacement, but that's what price wants to do. Right, so 10 o'clock has closed. What we're looking at? Viable target to the highs. Okay. Well, we are definitely displacing lower. Still not convinced in any positions. Let's just double check. Where's the 4 hour low? Oh, we've swept it. And we're in a bullish gap. Okay. So I'm waiting for price to pull back to a bearish FVG right now. Okay, like that. Wow. Strong signs of displacements. Let's go to the next session, which is 10:45. There's nothing in that PM. Break this consolidation. We are bullish. We are bullish. Okay. So we've got accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. We're going to try this then. See, we've got a little volume imbalance. Try 20 points. Go for a 1.5. So 20 points, copy price, go to place order. We want to sell limit here. Stop loss, we want it at, where is it? 80 ticks. Take profit, we want at 160. Oh. 120. That's 1.5. Take partials, no. We want auto break even at 0.9. Save. Okay. So we've touched short-term low. This is not valid. Let's move it out of the way. Can we move it out of the way? Okay. So we're going to have to delete this now. We are making potentially a unicorn entry. So that's why we deleted that. Strong displacement higher now. Not convinced just yet. So we're pulling back to the gap. Strongly pulling back. So holding this. Yeah, okay. So we can displace through the short-term high. I will sell, buy. There we go. So we're not going to have an entry here. I don't really class a breaker. A valid breaker for me would be to actually close past the short-term low. We didn't get that, so I didn't take the position here. It did end up winning, which is fine, but that's a bad loss for me. This entry was just a minute too late as well. We've got to stay extremely disciplined over the long term. We will be victorious. So we swept the low. We're in the PM session. I'm just trying to fast forward to break this consolidation here, which I don't think we're going to get. Okay, it's wrong. We got the break of the consolidation. We are bullish in terms of the 4-hour context. We've got a new candle closure, but it's inside a bullish fair value gap. So now we're trying to locate the CE. So a little bit beneath us. The 4-hour high, it's here. 8:30, we are beneath it. We can also sell. See no selling opportunities yet. Wow. This looks very bearish. And now I just remembered that we just hit the CE. So I should have actually known that. Because now we want to keep pushing higher. I might sell this. Yeah, I'm going to sell it. 10 points. Copy price, sell limit. Here, entry price. Stop loss, we want it at 40. Take profit, we want where? It's low. 1 to 2. There we go. And then auto break even at 0.9. Safe. We didn't get entered. Okay. Our objective has been taken and we're outside the macro, but it'd be interesting to see. Yeah, we do keep continuing down. Thesis behind this position was price just looked very aggressively selling. So I'm happy to sell and buy. Then I'd be happy to buy when we start taking lows and displace back higher again. Just exactly like that. Let's go to the next session now. Okay. So we're at 8:30. We've got no red folder news. Now we're at the New York Stock Exchange open. We're consolidating. So let's just fast forward to break that. Still not broken. Still not broken. Still not. Okay. Now we have broken it. So let's just go and analyze the 4-hour. for our high, for our low. This bullish gap's now bearish. Got the old 830 above us. Midnight beneath, but it's not the one that we want. We want to make sure we've reanalyzed that. Bullish gap here. Hey, we are bearish. We at least favor being bearish. Need a displacement. Okay. Go to the next macro. So we're still bearish. Yeah, we're still bearish. So continuations will be buying now. We see we have order flow respecting gaps, disrespecting bearish gaps. Okay. I would still look for a buying position here. So we're going to place it. I like the displacement here. Left a volume imbalance. Let's copy the price, place an order. Limit buy, stop loss. Take a look. 10 points should do. So stop loss, we want to make it around 40. It's already done it. Take profit at 60. Yeah, it's 60. We'll go for a 1.5, but let's just make sure we've refined this. Perfect. So auto break even at 0.9. Break even must be less than the take profit value. What's gone wrong here? Okay. The take profit in ticks should be 60 ticks now. Stop loss in ticks 40. Don't know why that's just randomly gone. There we go. The buy limit must only be placed beneath price. Okay. There we go. Now what went wrong then? There we go. So we took the objective. And we're in. So we just got tagged in and then we actually hit the take profit almost instantly then, which I would have adjusted it to this area. But you know what? I'm happy with that. It's a good take profit. So we're up. We just missed out 0.5 then. But we'll get better at using FX replay as we go along. We took like 5 positions. We were up 3,700 so far, risking $800. Let's delete everything. Sweat the low. Also have the high. Okay. So we are still inside this bearish PD array. Yeah. In terms of bullishness, we have this gap here. See what we can find. So 830 validates the pre-market macro. Okay, so we are bearish. Right. Thank you. Let's go back to the 1 minute. So it's swept the low inside a bearish gap. So we are still bearish until we resweep past this low. Okay. Definitely have bullish order flow here. We're going to try this position. Copy price. Volume imbalance. I think 20 points, 10 points should do. We have rejected the high. So we'll go for 1.5. Okay, so copy price, place limit. Entry price there. Stop loss we want at 40. Okay. Okay. So what's the problem this time? None. Boom. Final TP. I think that's going to be it for us here today. If you guys found value, I'm going to leave a Telegram down below where we provide daily analysis for free. But if not, just stay subscribed to this channel. I will be posting content every single week this year. So if you guys found value, I am done. We got 100% win rate in this backtesting session, making $4,900, risking $800. Incredible results. Sam, I'm gone.